Good afternoon. Nearly 1 o'clock. I've had a lot going on this morning, so popping in now that I can. I'm popping in. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you are. I'm here. I'm going to try to talk a little more loudly. I'm in a very calm place right now, so it's hard for me to like belt it out, but I'll belt it out anyway because of that air conditioner. Good morning, good afternoon. Come on in. I see you popping in. Come on in. It's nice to see people popping in with me. It's a really powerful day. Let's just say that. Hi, Stefan. I can't see. I'd like to know who you are. Is that Shek? Is that how you say that? Very nice name. Beautiful. Thank you for the flowers. It's been a really powerful morning for me. So when I say I've been really busy today, good morning, Melanie. Good afternoon. More and more I find that busyness that I've got going on it's internal. It's me working through stuff. I've been working through a lot. It's been a very contemplative type of week so far for me. I don't know how you guys are feeling. There's a lot of need to go within. So if you're feeling that unrest, you're feeling that like everybody wants a piece of me kind of thing. Everybody wants a piece of me and I want to go sit on the top of a mountain. That's the energy. And so, and I'm sure that it has a lot to do with, you can, look at the moon and the stars and do all that stuff, but I only know what I'm experiencing and what I'm hearing from other people. And I get the message that there is, it's a very important time. It's very important, and there are things going on under the surface that very few of us are aware of. We just know that something's happening. We know that we're in some kind of a big shift. We know that something big is going on. All of us feel that sense of something's coming, something's coming. I got that this morning. It was like just trying to get ready. It's like all of a sudden, hi John, I got all this energy, this blast of energy of anticipation. And so I named this celebration because I know the card. I was like sitting here and I'm getting all centered before I started. And I suddenly opened up to my true self. I said, hello, come on in. And felt that love energy enter. And in that moment, it was like, okay, I feel like there's a message here. What is it? And so I turned to the one deck of cards that's sitting on my table. And I never really spend a lot of time reading what the author says on cards. I tend to be like, I pick it up and let that be the opening to the message that is trying to come through to me. And so it's a sense of feeling out, oh, this is the thing that's going to bring that to my consciousness. And help me to put it into words. And so the card that came to me, these cards have nothing. They don't give you all kinds of little hints or things. It's very artistic. They're very beautiful. I was drawn to this deck while I was in Florida a couple times ago. And there's something about them that speaks to me. And so I'm looking at this card this morning, and I'm seeing that chubby little person. That's me, or you, or cutie pies. And that little one is sitting there in that little mushroom. And if you look under the surface, there's all of those little dancers, and there's like a celebration going on under the surface. And so that's where my message comes from this morning, is that it's important for us to pat ourselves on the back. It's important for us to be in that place of, I know oftentimes we're like, I'm not doing enough. What have I done today? I haven't gotten enough done. There's something wrong with the way that I'm operating. I must be, failing in some way. We have that voice inside of us because we all have this part of us that wants to be working and doing. We think we came to the planet to clean this up, to do this, to do that, physically to be working. And while we are still going to do that stuff, that's icing on the cake, because what we really came here to do, hear me on this, what we really came here to do is to change the energy, is to change the vibration, is to bring in this love energy, to be this transmitter. So as the love comes through us, it then goes out into the world. You have this beautiful job of, the most important job you've got is mostly just being here and being present, spending time being centered and grounded, being in stillness. Stillness is very, very important right now. And so as we allow ourselves to be still, the biggest job, I've been getting that message so strongly all week long, because there's that side of me, that very physical side of me that wants to be busy, that wants to go, that wants to do. The things that I've got to get out in the world. I got to do these things. And there's this very, very strong voice on the other side that's saying, please be in stillness. Please be in stillness. When we do these group meditations with different folks, Oftentimes what happens is we go to these magical places, we go into this, whatever is in there is us. It's our beautiful energy that brings forth this unfolding. I love the word unfolding. That just came through. It's an unfolding of this new energy, this new creation. It's all this newness. And so you've been here for a while now. I don't know how many years each one of you has been here. And you have been learning through your difficult times and through your good times and through the joys and through the bliss. You've been learning how to sort through the energy. I know that a lot of gurus, I know a lot of us, I've always enjoyed for a long time Abraham Hicks, but one of the things that she says is, I should say they say, I guess, is our relationships are a way of sorting. You know, we go into a relationship and mostly we figure what we don't want. And we're like, oh, I don't like that. And then we just keep on moving through one to the next and we keep on sorting what we want. I'm talking about a deeper sorting. I'm talking about a sorting through all of the experiences right now. We have all had some crazy experiences and beautiful experiences, all kinds of stuff. And not just in this lifetime, but in many lifetimes. And so what if it's really, really important for us to then sort through what of those experiences we want to hold on to at this point, and what is just holding us back and pulling our vibration down? What are you ready to let go of? And you will continue to pull, your soul will pull that experience or those people back into you that will then create the energy for that same experience if we haven't let it go yet, or for something brand new. And so as we go through all this sorting that we're doing right now, what do I want to hold on to and what am I ready to let go of? Am I ready to let go of that pain? Am I ready to let go of that sense of being contained, that sense of being controlled by someone else, that sense of grief that I carry, that sense of loss, all of those things? Do I want to continue to carry all of that baggage around? Or am I ready to begin to let them go? And I don't mean, okay, I'm just going to drop it and walk away from it, because that's not going to do you any good at all. If you don't feel it, if you don't experience it, likely it's going to come back around again. So it's this process that is sometimes very uncomfortable of you're sitting there in stillness and this memory comes to you. Okay, why is this memory suddenly coming to me? I haven't had that memory. I thought that I'd healed that. I thought it was gone. I thought that I didn't need to deal with it anymore, but it's here again. So what is it trying to tell me? Is there something still buried inside of me that needs to be healed, that needs to come out to the surface so that I can then work to heal it? And so I really feel like that's why so many of us are being pulled into stillness. That's one of the reasons that we're being pulled back into ourselves a little bit. Because if we want to move forward in the energy that we're moving into, we have to be willing to really do the work. We can't carry all of this old baggage around anymore. We're so accustomed to having it. We're so accustomed. Our shoulders are and we're tired all the time. And we are used to being exhausted. And we're used to carrying the weight of the world. And all of this baggage that we've picked up along the way, we're just used to it. You know, we get so good at carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders that we actually forget that we're carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders. And so we're being reminded now. It is not our place to carry the weight of the world. It is our place to go ahead and work through these experiences, to sort through them, to decide what do we want to keep, what do we want to take in. Let me rephrase that. What if you were standing at this place of, I'm going to build something brand new. My life is going to be completely transformed once I build this thing. What do I want to carry into that newness of me? Do I really want to carry in the pain of a past relationship? Do I really want to carry in memories of abuse, memories of great loss, memories? It's okay. Maybe that's the wrong way to phrase it. We're going to have the memories, but the pain that comes with the memories is the part that we need to work on. That place where the memory comes up and it pulls us down into it. That's the part that we need to work on. Because if we forget it all, you know, we can't. There's this phrase that comes to me often. We can't know where we're going unless we know where we've been. So it's not a matter of just wiping the slate completely free and clear and saying, well, I didn't have that experience, because we went through those experiences for a reason. But am I going to let that experience keep shadowing me so that I continue to have the same experience over and over again? Or am I going to say, okay, yes, memory goes into my memories. It's there somewhere, buried, but it doesn't pop up anymore to bring pain to me because I've dealt with it and I've healed it. There's a difference in the memory, in that core illness or pain or wound. Wound is a good word. We haven't fully allowed it. We've stuck a Band-Aid on it, and we haven't allowed it to come up to the surface to heal yet. We're still working from our past traumas, which is very, very egoic. The ego likes to keep repeating patterns, doesn't it? It's like, oh, well, we did it this way before. Why don't we do it this way again? You know, it didn't work out well before, but we're going to try it again. Maybe it'll work out differently next time. Isn't that like the definition of insanity? But that's how the ego works. The ego is completely insane. It just wants to keep on playing. It's comfortable there. It happened before. I know what to expect from it, so it can happen again, and I'll know what to expect from it again. And even though it was unpleasant, at least I know what's going to happen. You know, that kind of thinking. We all do it. Admit it to yourself. If you're not admitting it, you can't heal. You know that you've done this before, and you know that you're doing it again. And if you're in those patterns where, yep, I see it. I did this before. It might be comfortable to go ahead and do this again. But that doesn't mean that it's definitely for my highest of good. You know, I may have already learned everything from that. I may be ready to move forward. So keeping it short and sweet today, but it's something to really think about. And I bring you these things because these are my experiences. It's like I go through it so that I can then understand other people. You're going through things so that you can understand how other people, our empathy builds stronger and stronger when we go through these lower vibrational things, as we're coming through it, as we're coming up out the other side, wherever we are in it. When I wrote Anchor Light, it was absolutely from one of the most painful places in my world. You know, and I love that book. Even though it's got some typos and it's not exactly perfect, I still love it like it's one of my children because I can go back to those chapters and go, I remember where I was, and I can see how far I've come. And yet it still repeats some of them. Some of the chapters in there will still repeat to me of how I was coming back up out. There was some of those chapters that I wrote in the depths, and that so far down I didn't think I could pull myself back out. And that writing of it pulled me back up out. So when I go back and I read it, it pulls me back up out again. So I think it's important. The reason why I bring that up is it's important. If you've journaled, if you have some way of kind of going back in, sometimes we can often say, well, don't even remember it. You don't want to pull yourself back. Yes, you do. Because if you go back into that place and it still has that same response that it had 10 years ago or 5 years ago in you, it brings you back to pain again, then it needs to be revisited. It needs to, because it's not healed yet. And if you go back to that place that you were 5 years ago, whatever it was, and you're looking at some photos, and it's just a memory now. It's just it brings a smile to you, and you're like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. It doesn't make you feel like you're falling into a hole, into this pit of desolation or anything. Then it's okay, because it means you've put the work in. So it really is part of the sorting, to keep going back a bit. And so I feel like we're in that. We're like 3 steps forward, 4 steps back some days. 5 steps forward, 6 steps back. Or 5 steps forward and 3 steps back, depending on how hard we're working at this. But it is absolutely imperative that we do this work because, like I said, you are being recreated. The earth, the new earth, we're recreating here. We are putting something completely new into play, and we don't want that old stuff in the new stuff, right? You don't want to take that old rotten stuff and pull it into the nice, fresh, clean. So you're going back and you're sorting, and you're like, okay, wait. It's like going. You ever move? I move a lot. I don't know why. I was trained that way as a child, and so when I'm going through my stuff, my kids used to say, we don't go on vacation, we move. That's so sad to me, but but that's what I did as a child too. But as you're going through your room, spring cleaning, sometimes this is easy as spring cleaning, you're like picking up things and you're like, do I really want to keep this, or am I ready to let it go? And if it doesn't really give you any kind of great response, if it doesn't feel good, or if it feels negative to you, you know, it's all right, Goodwill, it's gone. Yard sale, whatever, it's gone. I don't need it anymore. Inside of you, consider it the same thing. We're doing a lot of spring cleaning right now. we want to get rid of. We want to start to put those things into the right places, those things that are still hurting us, that are still nagging away. And we all have them. And we'll know that when we start feeling depressed or down or angry. If it's our own emotions, we know that there's something in us. For me, it's unrest. What is it that's making me, that makes me feel like I've got to go? I got to go. I got to go. You know, I've got that in me. It's like this little gypsy is just so alive and well in me that says, oh, everything's getting too good or too easy or too settled or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, I'm ready to move. I'm ready to go again. That's that runner, running away from those deep emotions that sometimes scare us. I was doing some self-evaluation this morning, and I'm going to be flat out honest with you guys. In that self-evaluation, I was really spending some time reading there was questions. It's a great book, Martha Beck. Martha Beck has a book called Something About Integrity, and it's an amazing book. And I'm taking that test, and I'm like, a lot of it doesn't really apply to me. And yet, there was one place where she said, repeat these phrases out loud to yourself. Just repeat them out loud and let your body hear you say them. And it went down all these different things. And it finally got to, I am scared. And when I said I am scared, and you can see it's still having that same reaction of me, I am scared. So then I go, okay, that was the biggest reaction out of all those phrases that I saw. I am scared. What is it in me that I'm afraid of? And it gave me the chance to sit there and really go into my fear. I'm afraid of this. I'm afraid of being controlled. I'm afraid of being overpowered. And that was the one where I said, that's it. I am afraid of being overpowered. I'm afraid of losing my identity. I'm afraid of becoming something brand new and maybe not necessarily having that control. I still have that need to hold on to my life rope. So I hope somebody else is getting that too. Are you still holding on? I said it yesterday. The shoulder has not been a problem. It has been completely healed. And I haven't had a problem since I left my last relationship. And now all of a sudden, the shoulder is catching again. The shoulder is starting to come out of the socket. Okay, what is my body trying to tell me? And pay attention, because your body does tell you. There's a book out that says your body holds the score, and it's true. We have been traumatized. Just coming into the world and going through childbirth, coming through the birth canal is traumatic. Trust me. It doesn't matter how idyllic your life was, idyllic your life has been, how perfect. And most of us, if you're sitting here listening to me, your life has not been idyllic. You went through a lot because you're an empath and you set yourself up for it. Sorry, you did. So no matter how easy we think our lives have been, there are traumas that have caused us to be afraid. There are traumas that hold us back, that keep us in this place, this holding pattern where we're clinging. We cling to people, and we cling to stuff, and we cling to beliefs, and we cling to all kinds of things. Because we think that if we let go, everything's going to be done. We're still clinging to the idea of who we think we are, too. That's a really important one. You have titles. You have degrees, you have been to school, you have all these different things. You have a social security number and a credit score and all these crazy things that identify you. You have a name. They give you this identity, this little person. But you are so much greater than all of those titles and all those identifiers. You can't be kept in a box. You can't be contained. You can't be controlled. You can't be overpowered. Your physical self can be overpowered. We know that. I have been. I've been abused. 20 years. I was in an abusive marriage, and so I know what it is to be overpowered, trust me. And I know what it is to be mistreated, and I know what it is to feel unloved and to be reaching and longing and trying to constantly find that one thing that I wanted as a child, which was unconditional love. I know just as well as anyone else, maybe better than a few of you. And I also am learning right along with everyone else to let go of the life rope. Stop clinging. This shoulder is showing me that I'm holding on too tight to the life rope right now. That I think that I've got to hold on to the old me. It's not the people. Yes, people, sometimes those situations we're holding on to too tightly, or the things or whatever, but it's also, are you still holding on to the belief system, the idea of who you think that you are? And if you're holding on too tightly to that, you're actually keeping yourself from the miracle of finding out who you really are, finding out how massively powerful, how amazing you are. And I think many of us are holding on to the idea that we have to do. You have to do. In order to have value, you have to do. There's two words. One is do and one is be. We don't have to do in order to have value. There's nothing that we can do that can give us more value. We have to be. That's what gives us value. It's just in the beingness that gives us value. Can you let go of the idea that you always have to do? We will do. I mean, we're alive here on the planet. We came here. We're going to try to do some cool stuff while we're here. and a lot of that stuff is great fun. And so, of course, we're going to do those things. But none of those things actually have the ability to give you more value. That's the part that we have to let go of. It's hard, isn't it? Well, I went to college and I got 3 degrees from... Congratulations, you worked hard. Congratulations. In societal standards, that gives you more value. But in the universal standards, it has no more value than that newborn baby that hasn't done anything yet. You never had more value. You can't create more value than you had the second you stepped into the planet as a physical being. That was the most valuable you ever were, and that's the most valuable you ever will be, and it was incredible and amazing, and you can't even put a number on it. So all those other things that you've done, they're to your process of learning. It's given you opportunities to learn and have some more expansion. It has that value, but as far as what the universe thinks of you, the universe was already so in love with you that there was no way to count it. So whatever you've done here, that nothing took away from that value and nothing added to that value. Hi Rachel, hi Kimberly, hi Laura, hi Carol, hi Lisa, hi, is that Lemurina? Hi John. I think I said hi to everybody so far, Melanie, Stephanie, all of you. So I hope that you're hearing me on that. It's not an insult, it's an absolute gift to hear that. The universe, the angels need you to hear that, please. That there is nothing that you could do or ever have done in the past, if you want to consider past, future, there's nothing anymore that you could ever think or do or say or anything like that that will increase or decrease the never-ending, uncountable, infinite value that you already are. So you don't have to do, you only have to be. What does that mean? I'm only gonna be? Yes, just be. I am. I am that I am that I am. And all I have to do is be. And all the rest of it is just kind of little decorations on the cake. It's the sprinkles. All these things that we do, the college degrees and everything that you could possibly do, it's just the sprinkles on the donut. You didn't know you were a donut till today, did you? Donuts are beautiful. I'm just thinking about donuts for some reason. So donuts are beautiful. Donuts can be such a work of art. You are a beautiful work of art. And you have unlimited potential and unlimited value. And there's nothing that you can do or say that'll ever take that away from you. And that's what I came here to say today. And I hope that touches somebody. I hope that's something that somebody needed to hear. Because I know for me, I'm kind of breaking free of that whole matrix idea that I've got to try to be here to please everyone else. I am exhausted with the idea of trying to please other people. You know, there are so many people that can come at us and try to find some kind of reason to judge us or to try to make us more like them or to try to push their ideas on us or all that stuff. And it's like, I'm just tired. I just want it all to step back. And I just want to be silent and be in stillness and be me. I just want to be. That's what I mean by being. Just be. Don't let everybody else influence everything that you are. You don't need to listen to everybody else. You don't need to please anyone else. Doesn't that feel good? Think about it for just a second. Even though I might be getting on your nerves right now, think about it. You don't have to please anyone. You don't have to try to impress anyone else. You don't have to do anything. You can do. You will do. But you don't have to. Hi, Julie. I want you to let that settle into your bones for a second. How many things are you doing just because somebody else thinks you should? There's a lot of things, aren't there? It's tough to come to the bottom of that because it can go on and on and on. We've been doing it for so long that we don't even know how to separate ourselves from it anymore. What are you doing? Are other people making you feel like you need to do? Can you step away from the need to do? Can you force yourself to let go of that rope today? I don't have to do anything for anybody else. For today, for a little while every day, repeat this after me. For a little while every day, I'm going to take the time to do only what I want to do because I feel that it's good for me. I'm going to take that quiet time. I'm going to be in stillness. I'm going to imagine, and I'm going to create, and I'm going to allow my artistic endeavors to flow. And I'm going to write that book. I'm going to write that paper because it feels so good to write that paper. And it feels so good if you're in college and it feels so good to study, oh, do it. Whatever feels so good to you. Not because somebody else thinks you should. How many people have gone to college just because they think that other people think they should? Or they went to college because they wanted to follow in their parents' footsteps, or the parents really wanted them to go to that. They really wanted you to go to that school so you could have the same alma mater, or whatever. I'm living in this place because people think I should. I'm doing this because people think that I should. I had 2.5 kids because that's what society says I'm supposed to do. And then I took those kids and I had them do exactly what society told me that they should do too, because for some reason I think that I should be controlled and overpowered by everyone else in the world instead of taking my own place in the planet and allowing my children to take their own place too. They came here. Those kids came here with a lot more. They have a lot more of their purpose in them than we do. I got news for you. You can try to control them while you want to, but they know why they're here. And there's a reason they're marching on the streets, and there's a reason why they're saying, I don't want a gender. I'm sorry, I'm gender non-specific today. You can't call me he or she. And there's a reason why they are stepping into the world differently than we did, because they are the newer model. And they get it better than we do. We should be watching them, learning from them, instead of trying to shove them in a box. That's the truth. I know not everybody likes to hear it, but it's true. They came here to teach us. Let them teach us. Let's stop trying so hard to teach them. Step back and listen to them for a while. They are very, very what's the word? They know more than we do. And even the ones that we would give a title of, oh, they're autistic, listen to them. Those are the ones especially, trust me. The ones that come in that are Down syndrome, pay attention. Pay attention. Don't try to get rid of them because they're different. Pay attention to them. They're smiling and they're happy and they're finding joy. And they know they don't have to do all the time. They came into the world just to brighten the place up, and we're like, oh, what are we going to do with this? They're different. They can't think. They can't go to college. Let's dispose of it. That's wrong. No. They came here for a reason. There's many, many coming into the world to show us to stop trying to prove ourselves to everyone else. This is really strong today. It's really important. They're showing us, they're teaching us, those little babies with those big smiles on their faces, they're teaching us that how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to live and love and be joyful and find bliss and be happy. That's the truth. I've been going on and on and on. I'm just now seeing that you guys are here too. I'm sorry. I can get like that sometimes. It's important. I came here this morning going, I don't even know if I want to go live because I don't really know how to put into words all of the emotions and all the crazy stuff that's going through me right now. And I call in the higher self, and my higher self says, just step aside. I just want, you know what, ego, just step aside. That's enough. Don't even try to make sense out of it. The higher self knows better. The higher self just comes in with love and just says, please. You guys are doing an awesome job. Celebrate. Celebrate. All of the angels, the whole heavens, there's such a celebration. Forget the 4th of July, it's too noisy. We don't want all those noisy, smelly fireworks. You should see the celebration that's going on around you that you're not even in tune to. And you know why they're celebrating? Because you are here on the earth. That's it. And you think, why would they do that? Because you are here on the earth. Because us being here on the earth right now is very powerful. All of us coming together on the earth has a very powerful purpose. And we're doing it just by being here. We're raising the vibration of the planet just by being here and smiling and laughing and showing compassion and empathy and just loving. Just be in love with life. Be in love with you. Be in love with everyone around you. You're raising the vibration, and all the heavens are celebrating because you're doing it. Can you imagine? Just be. If you could just think of anything from this whole thing that I've been learning about this morning, is if you could just say, put a little sticky note on your mirror when you wake up in the morning and say, don't do, just be. I'm going to start a t-shirt line. Don't do, just be. Just be, please, just be. Just be who you came here to be. Unapologetically. That's it. I'm done. I hope you're getting that. I hope you're hearing that. Somebody out there needs to hear that today. So who would like to go into a little bit of meditation? Let's just go into our bliss for a few minutes. I'm only going to do that from now on. We're just going to go into a state of sincere, total, and complete. Yes, just be. Who said that? I love you so much. Thank you, Julie Kiss. Julie, you're so awesome. Let's just go into a place of peace for a few minutes where you find your own answers. I'm not going to find your happy place. I'm only going to be still. There's something on my face. I feel it. Sorry. Find your own happy today. Be still. Be calm. Be quiet. I'm going to take you into that place, okay? So be ready to just open up and just let yourself be for a few minutes. This is what it feels like to just be. Let's try it. So you put your feet down and you get yourself well planted. You take a big breath. And as you're breathing out from that earth, those roots are going down in, it pulls you. You pull that energy right up into your center. And you'll feel when you get into your center, it's still there. Do you ever feel a fuzzy on your face and you're like, I feel you? Sorry. I get distracted. Take a big breath. It's good just to breathe. Pull right into that center space. Feel that love energy. Two or three times. Just breathe. Nice. We're all just kind of falling in a center together. That's beautiful. Archangel Michael is here protecting each one of us, clearing your home, clearing your space, clearing away all those distractions, allowing you to just sit in a beautiful little bubble of your own creation. So whatever color you want your bubble to be, I want you to imagine yourself inside that bubble right now. And even though you hear my voice every now and then, it is completely silent. Other than that, there is nobody, nothing that can distract you. All the thought patterns, everything that, the worries, all of that stuff, it's on the outside of your bubble. You can't get in right now. It's completely peaceful here. Your space. You can feel it in your heart. like you have just blown up that bubble inside of you, all of that love that's settled right in your center. And you just blow it right up. Make it bigger and bigger and bigger until pretty soon you're floating right in the center of it. It's your space. You can come to that anytime you like. Feel what that feels like. Completely relaxed. Pay attention to those places of tension in your body and just tighten them up and then release them. Where is it in your body that you're feeling the most energy right now? Pay attention to that. It's your strong heart. That's right there. And most of us are heart-centered people. We feel so much love in our hearts. But we can push that love anywhere it's needed. It's healing. So if you have a place, now that you know where that strength is, that love energy, if there's a place inside of you that's needing healing, if you have an ache or a pain or some disease or anything that's getting at you right now, I want you to focus yourself on that beautiful space where that love is. And I want you to push that energy to that place where it's needed. And I felt it immediately lift up into the throat. Somebody's got some energy going to the throat. Just rest. Eyes closed, what do you see? My question for you is, if this bubble that you're in were your own universe, it started out just this tiny bubble, and you being so powerful were able to expand it to create your own solar system. And here you are with your own Earth. What would you want to put here? What would you like to begin with? I want you to begin to create your own beautiful place. Start small. And breathe. What are you seeing there? Imagine that all of those things that you don't like, they're not even there because you're bringing it in. So this is all you. Nobody else can even touch it. It's your space. What would you like to fill it with? And it can be in your wildest imagination. If you want pink flamingos, I'm laying on a bed of pink flamingo feathers right now. They've shared them with me. It's a little nest. And I have a glass with a little umbrella on top. Nice drink right there. It never ends. It never goes away. It's the tastiest drink. It's got a little coconut, pineapple, fruity. It's yummy. And I could drink on it forever. And I see a beautiful sunset. And I can go on and on, but what do you see in your space? Beautiful healing going to somebody's left leg right now. Left knee, very tingly, coming up the leg. Allowing for Archangel Raphael to come into your little healing bubble. Sorry if I'm too quiet. Into that healing bubble. For whoever needs healing. any icky negative energy that you're ready to let go of. So you can come out of this bubble today feeling so pure, clear, complete. Letting go of those things that make you think that you're not worthy. You are so worthy. I see a crown on every head. A scepter. You're just standing there saying, this is what I want. And all the angels are working. They're like, okay, let's fill this world with exactly what they want. They're waiting for you. I just saw pink polka dotted giraffes. And an elephant in a yellow tutu. Focus on a healthy planet. Focus on a place where we know the value of what we're walking on. We look around us and all we have is just total and complete love and appreciation for everything we see and touch and smell and taste. Total appreciation for one another. Total love, respect. I love the word respect. We'll take a few more minutes to imagine this beautiful world. And if what you're doing is laying there in bliss, and that's all you want to do today, that's okay too. Just rest into the idea that you can come to this quiet place whenever you like. And you can rest here. And that is the most important thing. Just be. You're doing the work that you came when you're just being. Just be. Allow the energy to flow. Completely relaxed. Completely clear. Completely centered. And if you're safe there, you can stay in that bubble as long as you'd like. I don't even want to pull you out. If you're ready, you can come out with me. Turn your volume down if you'd like to stay there so I don't pull you back out. You know how to come back out safely. Archangel Michael will stay with each one of you and help you. If you're ready, begin to pull that bubble back into your heart. Just pull it back in. Take a big breath. Pull all that energy back into the center of you. Nice and easy. Easing back in. It just goes whoop. Makes a little noise like you just pulled that bubble all the way back. And then closing that door. Feeling the energy begin to return to your feet. Allowing that Archangel Michael is still protecting you perfectly all through your day, wrapped up in a beautiful energy bubble of Archangel Michael's. That space inside of you is where creation begins. They want you to hear that. That space, that beautiful sense of peace and bliss, that's where creation began and will always begin, is in that place of stillness and silence. Begin to recognize it. Begin to use that. Beautiful. Thanking all the angels for their help here today. All of you, all of your higher selves. So beautiful. Love that energy. Thank you so much for joining me. Completely back in your body now, completely safe and protected. Feeling your fingers, your hands, opening your eyes, going back into your awareness. brought that bliss with me. How about you? Feeling really good right now. It's like a little bit altered. Better than drugs. I hope that you enjoyed that. Please allow yourself to do that as often as possible. It's the most important work that we can do. So welcome, Lisa. So welcome, Julie. Thank you, John. Thank you, Julie, and all of you that are here, Rachel. I so appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again tomorrow. What is today? Tuesday, right? Tomorrow's Wednesday. I'll do my best to somehow be on time tomorrow. I feel as if, thank you, Carol, I feel as if it's going to just, this is the new me. It's going to, you just have to watch, because when it's time, it's time. There is no more actual real time. We're just kind of fluid. And for me, it's a very fluid time in my growth. So I'll do the best I can to try to warn you guys ahead of time. Take good care of yourselves. I love you too, Lisa. I love you too, John. Thank you so much. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Take good care. Let me know if you need a private session. I've got some openings this week. I'll squeeze you in. Take good care. Bye.